Okay, welcome back. Today we have a little project here we're going to make a little planner for our mums. Really nice, real simple to make. Don't take too much lumber, and we're going to show you guys how to do it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we just need a few pieces of wood, and we're going to start out with about 5 pieces here. Here's two sides. Let's start out with these two sides. Now, these two sides, how I got this kind of around, like this. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can make these planners square, okay? If you make them square, they're 8 inches by 8 inches, okay? But what I did is I came in the middle of 8 inches, 4 inches. So I put a mark on it. And then I came up the board here and I measured 7 inches. I came up over here, measured 7 inches. So that gave me 1 inch to cut. And then I just took a pencil and just kind of draw it across. Now, if you have something that you can put on there as a pattern to make that, that would be great. But that's it's not actually round, you know what I'm saying? So you couldn't take like a round disc or something. So what I did, I made one of them first. And, I made the first one, then I just kind of used it for pattern for all of them. I'll show you how I did that. So here's your two sides are 8 inches by 8 inch, 3/4 inch wood. Okay. So I made another two here. Now what I did with these ones is I measured, I took practically the same thing like this. Okay. Now what I did is I just took this 3/4 inch and I put it here like this. Let me get this stuff out of the road here for a minute. So I took a 3/4 inch and I put it together something like this here. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. So what I did, I marked in 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and then I marked my center because this is 8 inches by 10 inches. So I took a 5 inch, put a mark there, and I came in 3/4 inch, put a mark here, 3/4 inch, put a mark here. Okay. Well, you can do the same thing. Just put this right here. Now, if you want to make sure that lines up and you get that right one, take another board, put it over here, and make that board flush right on the end like this. Okay. And then take your pencil, put a little mark here, then put your little mark here, and then just use this first one that you made as a pattern. Just kind of draw over it. So once you get your first one made, the rest of them should come together pretty good. Okay. Now, I do have a bottom board. Now, one thing about the bottom board, if you get water in this, if you're not doing it with treated, of course, treated's a little bit more expensive, especially this big of a board. I mean, you can buy treated lumber. They really sell a lot of smaller lumber, and this is 8 inches by 8 inches, so it makes it a little hard to kind of find that big board. But you can use 2 pieces if you like. You know what I mean? Instead of just use one piece like this. So I just went ahead and made them. I was going to paint them anyways. That was my plans to get them painted because I wanted them, a couple different colors. So this one here is 8.5 inches by 8.5, 3/4 inch thick. Make it smaller if you want. Just allow that little gap to go through it when you get ready to nail this together, because you're not going to really, it's not going to make any difference, because if you end up drilling holes in it, you know what I'm saying? So you don't have to make that bottom board perfect. So, all right, now let's go ahead and get started. I did put some glue in this stuff. Let me see if I can get, but I did get glue in it. So I'm going to start with the two sides like this. Real simple to do. And then, of course, you got your piece right here. Just line them all up. And then staple them in, or brad nail, whatever you want to do. Let's see if I got some. I got a few nails in there. There's some more here. There's a few. There's my hose. There it is. Okay. Let's see if I can get this tip off of here. It's coming out. Yeah, just I put, like I said, I put a little bit of glue. You don't have to. A couple clamps. Okay, I'll just use that to hold it for a minute. Let's see if I can just lay it down here. Oh yeah. The next thing we need to do is paint that. So let's get this stuff out of the way here. Now you can wipe that down for dust. Sometimes a little bit of air, works pretty good too. You can just like this. Now, normally when I'm working in here doing this kind of stuff, I got a mask on. We're just doing this way. It's a little hard to have a mask on, try to do this, but we normally have that. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and spray it. It's a green. The other one's a green too, but we thought this one here would be a really nice color. And I just buy these cans in Walmart for like $5, about $5 or something, and they work. They're pretty good. Let me get a couple boards that thing is set on. Okay. Okay, we gave a few minutes to go ahead and just spray this down real good, and paint the feet, little feet and hands, stuff like that. The fumes, I didn't want to smell the fumes. I put a mask on, and I had ventilation fans running, and it's a little hard to run the ventilation fans. They're pretty loud, but they work really well. So this is the color. We have our little planter, and then we did the feet like a brown. Well, this is the hands and 2 feet. Now, kind of way I made these things, I can give you the measurement as soon as I find a ruler here. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you a measurement of what I have, and you'll just have to draw these out by hand. Okay. Now, it's like the nose. We can start the nose. The backside, I did paint the backside. It doesn't matter. But the nose is about 1.75 inches round. You can make it bigger, or you can make it smaller, or a different shape. Doesn't matter. This is what our nose is going to look like this. Okay. If we got 2 hands here, now I just came up with what I did. I put it on a piece of paper, and I kept drawing and drawing and drawing until I came up with this little pattern here. So all of them is pretty much the same. I mean, they're probably cut a little bit different here and there, but I'll give you the measurement on that. And then what you can do is, I have 4 3/4. You can probably go 4 inches long this way, and then wide is 2 3/4. So 2 3/4 this way for the hand. Now, if you put that on, like I said, on a piece of paper and draw it out, and then you can just cut that out and then trace it on here and then cut it out in your saw. And here's your foot, and here's what our foot measures out to. The longest would be 5 inches, and the widest would be 2 3/4. So you're just going to have to guess on those. Those are a little hard to come up with, but I think if you take your time and just keep drawing it out, you're going to come out with something really good. Now, I did 2 eyes here. We have 2 eyes. Now, your eyes can be any shape you like to have them. These ones here, I just, I think I did. Well, I did the other one. I think I just traced them so they'd all be the same because I was making 2 of them the same. I have plans doing some other ones that I'll probably make different eyes, different eye shapes and stuff like that. These ones here need painted. They're black. What I'm going to do is, what I did was I just took a pencil and draw it in the center of it here, where I'm going to take a little bit of black paint and just go ahead and paint that. Okay. That's one thing I forgot to do, is the eyes. And you just kind of take your time and kind of draw or paint a nice little round circle here. A little eye, you can see here. A lot of fun doing this stuff. I make all kind of things for Christmas here. There you go. There's the other one. You don't have to be too perfect about it. Just, whatever you got. So I have a bottle of water here, and just take my brush, and since this is latex, okay. Put the black over here. Now, what we want to do is go ahead and start placing the face and the eyes on it. Well, let's tell you what. Let's just go ahead and let the eyes dry. Give a couple minutes, let them dry, and we're going to go ahead and drill the holes for this for the rope. Now, each one of these ropes are 9 inches, a half-inch rope. Like I said, you can get different sizes you like, and then of course I just picked out this like the middle back in here. Normally I think the other one I measured when I first started is like 1 inch up, and then just kind of picked out the center. And of course, use your half-inch bit to drill. Let me see if I got another piece of wood here, because I don't want to drill through my table. And then we're just going to drill some holes. One. Same thing with the hands. Just go ahead and drill a little hole right on the end here. Okay. Just drill over here. Now, let's see. Okay, I got a drill here. Now, I'm just going to come down 1 inch here on this side. Okay. And then I can put a marker as soon as I have a pencil. And I'm just going to put a mark, something like, come down, put a mark about right here somewhere, just so I could cut on the inner side without going through that 1x. So I need something like that. And then I come over here and do the same. Wait a minute. Yeah, because okay, got to do this side. Got to remember to do that. Come down here 1 inch. And like I said, you could do your 1 inch. Just make sure it's over far enough that it's going to go through here. You know what I'm saying? And a little 1 inch here. Now this is going to be the two handles. Get a drill. Or the two hands. Okay, now we're going to need a couple legs. So I'm going to drill legs out here in the front. You got to remember which where you put your two arms. It's going to be here. So on this right here, I'm going to measure in about 2 inches. You can do a little bit less if you like, but we're going to go for 2 inches. That's where we like to have our legs at, and then of course 1 inch up. So I'll go 2 inches here, and then bring 1 inch up here, and then do the same thing on this side. It'll be 2 inches here, and then bring up 1 inch. Okay. Like I said, we want to get above that board. That's where we want to get. Okay. Now, all I did was take the 1/2 inch rope, and let's go ahead and kind of weave it in there. It's pretty. You want it kind of tight. You don't want it too tight. And then I just took it where it just started to come out on the other side, on the inside of this. I didn't put it in too far. Now, before you decide to keep that from moving, you know what I mean, I'm going to put a staple in there, so I'm going to use. And then, but what I like doing is I found that you want to turn those. Let's get this in here in first. Let me show you something here. So if you're going to go ahead and put the hands on it and do the same thing with the hand. Just bring it right to the end. Get this. I can get this on there. Oh. There it goes. Now, what I'm trying to do is to get these things and twist them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So they'll kind of lay down like this. And then twist them this way. All right. Because they're really only supposed to go about right to the table here. Something like be there. Set that one in like that. And then I'm going to use a staple instead of brad. You can use a brad if you want, but I'm going to use a staple. I think I got a 3/4 inch staple in there. So it's a very small staple. And I'm going to drive it right into the corner here. Okay. Now I got to do the legs. Or legs, the hands. These ain't no legs, these are hands. Just do the same thing. That's what I'm going to do. So they'll stay on there. Okay. So now we got that done. Make sure we can get them. I mean, you can twist them if you had to. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we got 2 more. And they go up here. Just do the same thing. Now, you want these like this. You want them to go, you know what I mean, curve straight down. So you want to turn them because you want your feet to kind of drop in front. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be flat like this. You know what I'm saying? The feet's going to be flat. So you definitely want to make sure that that piece goes, the rope kind of curls down. I imagine if you wanted to, after you can probably take a little time and bend those in the direction you want them in the rope. But I just thought it was easier just to go ahead and, you know, set them up like that. Testing. Okay, just like this right here. Now we're going to do the same. Okay. Now we need to put the face on. And I'm going to put a little glue behind mine. And I'm just going to guess at it. I mean, you can measure it out where you want with your eyes, you know, where you like to have your eyes and stuff. But I'm just going to kind of look at it and then take a guess at it. I think I'd like to have that eye on this side. Let me see what I can do. One here. And one about right here. See, that don't look too bad. Give me a little mark here. A little bit of glue. wrong one. I'm going to use brad on it. I need one, and then this one will go down. Yeah, something like this. We get a little bit further over, down. That looks good. But like I said, you got it measured out if you like. I don't think it's really that critical. You know, I think just kind of taking a guess at it's a good thing too. And then the nose, I'll line up in the center, something like that, right there. And then I can always turn the eyes. So by putting one brad in it, I can still turn the eyes until the glue stiffens up on it. So it looks pretty nice right there. There's nothing wrong with that. Looks good. Okay. Now we need to put a face on it, or mouth on it. Now, if you can just see, if one, it don't matter. It's whatever you want to put on it. I'm going to go ahead and just make a little marking here. And I think I'm going to do the opposite as the other one. So if I put that one, so this one should go something like this here. And then put a little round. You probably can't see that, but let me see. Not a little further. I'll just stop right here. Okay. Now what I do, I just take a little bit of red paint in a small brush. A smaller brush here. We're going to paint that. So I'm just going to better if I can see it. Something like that. There you go. So, okay. This back in there. Clean that brush real quick. A little bit of water. I'll clean it up here a little bit. Okay. Okay, there you go. Got a little smiley face on the front of right here. And let's see what it's going to look like. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. So you can get a good look at it. Just over here. Now, like I said, you can build a little bench like this or something you would like to set these on. Whatever you would like to set them on. Let's see, push it over here. I guess I'm put it here. Decorate them up a little bit there. And we got another mums to go in here. Okay, there you go. Isn't that? That's something else that looks really, really nice. And I think if you make these things, um, you know, you're gonna get some really good comments, and people's gonna like them. You could change different things on it. You can change the face. Just be creative, whatever you want to do. Because it's a lot of fun doing woodworking, and especially when you know, somebody gives you a nice comment and tells you how nice, you know, the job looks. But a great thing for the mums this time of the year. So if you got some mums sitting around, this is I think this is an 8-inch pot in here. So you really want to make sure you got that size pot to fit. Now they do make trays, and that you can pick up. They're just plastic trays you can set down inside of here, and then you set your plant on top of it. So if you go to water it, you know, when you go to water it, you won't have to worry about the water coming down into your wood if you're not using pressure treated wood. But other than that, just drill some holes in the bottom of it and keep it painted. I don't see why it wouldn't last quite a few years. So, okay, there you go. A lot of fun. We enjoyed doing it. I hope you guys will too. So if you enjoyed the video and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and leave me thumbs up. I really appreciate them thumbs up, and hope you guys had a great time. So, okay, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.